guys, thanks for clicking today's Reddit Rose report. I apologize for having a shirt on. I know a lot of you people request me not to have it, but I put it on. Hey, no word yet on when CM Punk's going to be returning to live events, but he's also off of the European tour that begins this week. And as noted before, after WrestleMania 29, I mentioned that Punk was planned to take some time off after the match with Undertaker. Punk taking time off was a hot topic last night on Raw. I guess he's not expected to wrestle anytime soon. The feeling is that Punk's lucky he doesn't need surgery and will be fine as long as he takes some time off to rest his knees and heal. I think they're talking about healing up, not his heel on his foot. After last night's Raw in Greenville, South Carolina, Raw went off the air. After that, Cena, Kane, and Bryant, they defeated the Shield in a dark match, and you're not going to believe how the show ended. The match ended when Seth Rollins hit Cena with a steel chair for the disqualification. The babyfaces hit all their finishing moves on the Shield to end the show and send everybody home, like they have for the last 2 months now, I think. At least 2 months. So if you need to get to the car early, if you're at one of these events, you already know what's going to happen unless you want to just stay there and watch it. Good, just to see the guys again, but who already knows what's... They could probably pre-write the ending of the show on websites if you want, because we know what's going to happen. Other than that, thoughts and prayers go out to Boston. WWE officials are anticipating a big reaction for Fandango Intercontinental Champion Wade Barrett on next week's Raw, being taped in London. ECW original New Jack, he retired after defeating Necro Butcher at last Friday's Pro Wrestling Syndicate event. He's got a retirement speech online if you want to go check it out. I think it's on YouTube somewhere. Tonight's WWE TV taping is going to be taking place from the Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville, Tennessee. Confirmed for the main event is a battle royal with the winner facing the IC champion Wade Barrett. Confirmed for SmackDown is Randy Orton and Sheamus taking on Big Show and Mark Henry in the main event. And dark main event. How come we got all these main events on one time and they're not, you can't have 3 main events. Anyway, dark main event is also Sheamus and Orton and Del Rio taking on Show, Big Show, and Henry. Show and Big Show. Show, Henry, and Jack Swagger. Anyway, Fandango's being advertised for tonight's taping too, so don't worry, we'll get to hear the song again. And The Rock, believe it or not, man, had to be pulled out of the MTV Music Awards, Movie Awards, on Sunday night after being previously scheduled to appear. Rock earlier canceled earlier in the week due to the injuries he suffered at WrestleMania 29. Also has canceled some Pain and Gain appearances too. That's going to cost the not The Rock, but the movie companies a little bit of money. I got to go see Pain and Gain maybe over the weekend. Looked like it'd be kind of a funny show. WWE Raw, I'll let you know if I do, my opinion of it. WWE Raw crew, they're traveling to Holland to begin WrestleMania Revenge Tour on Wednesday night at a show in Rotterdam. They'll be returning to the United States on Sunday, April 28th. And the SmackDown brand is going to be flying out to Glasgow, Scotland after tonight's SmackDown taping. They'll be back in turn at the end of April. Got to make it back for WrestleMania next year. It should be noted that CM Punk is not advertised, again, like I said, for the tour, but Rollins, Ambrose, and Reigns, they're not advertised for the tour either, but they'll be appearing. Apparently, they won't put asses in seats, so they're not even mentioning it to them. So, hang on a second. It should be noted that Punk, like I said, is not advertised for the show, but don't worry, they may still show up. WWE's added Billy Gunn and Road Dogg Jesse James to the SmackDown tour against matches of Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow. And it's also worth noting that Fandango, he'd been added to the SmackDown events over there. I thought they were going to get away from that SmackDown event and Raw events. Maybe they haven't done it yet. All right, Antonio, by the way, spoke to WWE website after losing the title to Kofi last night on Raw. Cesaro said he should be thanked for making the U.S. title relevant again. Apparently, they didn't think the IC title had, or the U.S. title had any clout to it. It does. Any title does. Cesaro called himself the answer to WWE's problem. And it's kind of odd that they're having him lose, because I think he makes a better champion than Kofi, but, oh well, maybe he'll get it back soon, or another one. WWE Intercontinental Champion Wade Barrett spoke with Matt Striker on the WWE app last night. Wade Barrett said the loss to R-Truth at Raw was a wake-up call he needed and would give Truth a title shot to prove he can beat him. WWE aired a segment on their app last night during the Raw. I don't know if you got that app yet or not. It's kind of interesting to have backstage stuff. Anyway, it's during last night's Raw where Damon Sandow beat Cody Rhodes, and he would take any superstar in WWE and turn him into a sophisticated member of the society by the end of summer. Cody chose the Great Khali, and that's apparently what led to the match on last night's Raw. We'll see. Hey, Boston native John Cena tweeted about the following of the Boston Marathon tragedy after last night. He said, an evening of WWE entertainment overshadowed by the afternoon of horrible tragedy. Pray for Boston. Alberto Del Rio tweeted after last night's Raw, my quest to regain the WHC began last night on Raw. Ziggler enjoyed the title because you won't have it for long. Ryback made another heel turn tweet after last night's Raw. He said every story needs a villain and a hero. It looks like I picked the right one. He said Doomsday has risen and is very hungry. Vicky Guerrero, believe it or not, don't tell nobody. She turns 45 years old. While Hall of Famer George the Animal Steel turns 76. Maybe I got those two ages backwards. Anyway, Paul London, he turns 33. Several WWE stars are tweeting about John Morrison's new Out of Your Mind workout DVD. It's currently up for sale at $97 at ooymfitness.com. $95. You ought to come out to the house for that. WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair was backstage at last night's Raw from Greenville, South Carolina, likely just visiting friends, and new WWE US Champion Kofi Kingston tweeted the following last night. First and foremost, hats off to Cesaro. My body feels like it's been through a war, but you guys make it all worthwhile. Three-time US champ, he says. Earlier in the night, Ryback tweeted the following about John Cena and Extreme Rules. He said, Sunday, May 19th, Extreme Rules, John Cena versus Ryback 22 for WWE title, feeding time, Ryback rules. That's all he said. WWE announced Orton and Sheamus taking on Big Show, and Mark Henry is going to be in the main event at this week's SmackDown. And this week's episode of WWE Main Event will feature a battle royal with the winner facing Wade Barrett for the IC title. Booker T announced that Jack Swagger versus Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler for the world title was going to be taking place soon, either on SmackDown or Extreme Rules. Just depends on how much of a draw. If they don't have much going on in Extreme Rules, they'll probably stick it over there. Got to get us to spend that money. Don't leave it in our pockets. We'll spend it on something else. And WWE announced that Undertaker, Odd, will return to the ring next Monday's Raw from London, England. He must have wanted to ride over London and look around. Taker's going to be teaming with Kane and Bryant to take on Rollins, Ambrose, and Reigns. And I was surprised when Lesnar came out last night, because I know they were wanting him to go against Rock. So they're going to do what they got to do with Lesnar, I guess. As long as he gets the pay-per-view buys in, that's good. Hey, thanks for clicking, you guys. I got to go.